Hello and welcome to Sitaara Tarot. I'm an intuitive tarot card reader and this reading is for Aquarius for February 2021. It is a general reading, so it's not going to resonate with everyone. So take what resonates with you and leave behind what doesn't. I'm using 4 different decks, which I'll put in the description box below, and there's 10 cards in the spread. One is off camera and I'll bring that one in shortly, just as a final message from universe. But we might start with the center card here, which is a 6 of rods or the 6 of wands. And this card came from your yearly reading. So each month I'll be taking the corresponding card from your yearly reading into your current month. So if you haven't already checked out your yearly reading and you'd like to, just go to Sitaara Tarot on YouTube and it's in the playlist. So we'll begin. So this is a beautiful energy. And I think this is really an energy of being victorious of what Spirit is asking of you, because I have to say your reading is quite dynamic. I've only got one more recording to do, and out of all the 10 I've done so far, there's some big things happening for you in February, and you are going to be victorious. Definitely going to be victorious. It's a wonderful reading. I absolutely love it. So I'm just going to put this to one side, and I'm going to just explain the cards. So you've got 4 cards at the bottom, which is really the energies that you're experiencing yourself on the earthly realm, and then you have the 4 cards at the top, which are the supporting cards from Spirit, so supporting each individual card as a message from Spirit or supporting energies from Spirit. So wow, where to begin? You have 4 major arcanas. So there's 8 cards and half of them are major arcana. So if you're not familiar with tarot, the major arcanas are really, their energies are a higher octave and they have a lot of power and a lot of weight over the reading. So I always look for the major arcanas to give the overall energy of what's really happening in the reading. And you have 4. It's really quite dynamic. So you have here the Moon card. You then have the Hangman, you have Justice, and then you have the World card. So I'm just going to explain what I think is happening here. So we start off with the Moon card, which is a beautiful card. It's a card that's connected to Pisces, a water sign, and it's really about that feminine intuition. And, you know, being able to navigate your way through the dark. So, you know, you're being reliant on your intuitive self. However, with the moon, it can also be distorting and a sense of delusion, because if you imagine moonlight, it doesn't light up what you see in front of you like sunlight does, so you can be deceived by shadows. So I think what's happening in here, there's a really strong theme of Spirit, these supporting cards up here, at the beginning of February. It's really asking of you to step through the World card. So with the World card, the supporting card here, that's card number 21, and it's the last card of the major arcanas, depending on where you put the full card. So the full card is a 0. It can go at the beginning or the end. So I always see this as the last card. So, and it's really about the completion. So with the World card, it's about doing the major arcana's journey, doing the Fool's journey, and coming to the end and being able to step over that threshold into a whole new world and becoming the Fool again. But when you become the Fool again, you move up, like it's like a spiral, rather than sort of going around just in circles. You're moving up to another level, a whole new world. So you've done a lot of work, Aquarius, over the last year, the last decade. There's a lot. You're really ready to step into a whole new world, and Spirit is really encouraging you to do that, especially at the beginning of February. And I think you are going to be extremely victorious in that. You are going to step through. You're going to come up with the goods, because the other 3 major arcanas are in your material world. So this is your energies and what's happening on Earth. And you are doing the work, you're doing the spiritual work, you're finding balance, and you're about to step through into a whole new world. So good on you. It's a beautiful energy. So I do feel at the beginning of February You may have a sense of feeling a little bit overwhelmed in your emotions. There's a sense of feeling maybe drowning in your emotions. So just like, you know, being sort of sucked under and thinking, oh my gosh, how am I going to get out of here? But universal spirit is really supporting you and encouraging you to keep moving forward and really sort of tap into that intuitive self to get you on your journey. So it's a wonderful energy. And then we move into the second card, which is number 12, and that's the Hanged Man. And they're both connected to Neptune. So very watery elements happening here in the reading. And with the Hanged Man, it's really about being able to see a situation in a different perspective. And so you can see in this illustration, she's hanging upside down, and it's also a very spiritual card. So it's a spiritual enlightenment. So you're hanging upside down and you're allowing yourself to see the world and life in a whole different perspective, and you gain enlightenment through that experience. So as I said earlier, you are definitely doing the work. And it's also connected to the Eight of Cups at the end, where you the last card in February. This is also walking to spiritual enlightenment as well. So see how this enlightenment is around this woman's head. You're walking towards that at the end of February as well. So there's a real energy of moving forward in your life, but really following your own sort of destiny and your own spiritual self, rather than getting caught up in things that are no longer serving you, or the mundane. There's a real sort of raising the energy in your material world, definitely raising the energy, and working on a higher vibration for sure. So beautiful energy. So with the Hanged Man, the supporting energy is the Two of Pentacles, and the Two of Pentacles are connected to the Earth sign of the zodiac. And with the two, it's really about juggling two things together. So I think what the message is coming through from Spirit is to allow yourself to be in this Hanged Man, but also be connected to Earth as well, you know. So how can I word this without sounding a bit rude? So if you are on a spiritual path, and this doesn't have to be a spiritual path, you might think, oh, you know, I'm not really a spiritual person, but it's really following your own destiny, your own kind of knowing that's for your own highest good and for the highest good of the world. Yeah. So, and I think what the message is coming through, allow yourself to be in this hangman position, but also allow yourself to be grounded to earth as well. So be balanced. There's definitely this message coming through about you need that balance. You need that balance of wanting to walk away to your destiny, step through to another world, but also be grounded in your present world, because you always need to be present. So really nice messages coming through. I absolutely love this reading. And then we go on to the Justice card, and the Justice card is connected to Libra, and it's really about finding that balance and being fair and just. And it's also like blind justice, so you can see how she's got her eyes closed here, and she needs to make balance things out, but without being subjective, so being objective. So not taking assumptions of what she sees in front of her. You know, she may look at these two scales and think, oh, well, that looks heavier than that one. But it's about just trusting your own, trusting an objective judgment rather than a subjective and having assumptions and opinions. I hope that makes sense. Yeah. So that's again, it's a wonderful energy. Also coming back to that sense of balance, which I really feel is connected here with the message from universe about, you know, always being balanced whenever you sort of are deciding to step into another world. Also be present in your current world as well, because that's going to ground you so you can make a nice step across the threshold, so to speak. and that's supported by the King of Pentacles. Beautiful card, King of Pentacles, again connected to the earth signs of the zodiac. And with the Pentacles, they're very tangible, very solid, and very reliable, and that's the qualities of the King of Pentacles. So that energy that's supporting you, it's like the King of Pentacles for me always reminds me of a tree, somebody who's really well grounded, rooted and solid and reliable. And I really feel that's the energy around you. So you can actually become this person here, trusting that she's making a fair and just decision, because universe or spirit is supporting you with the King of Pentacles. And then we move on to the Eight of Cups, and a beautiful card. And with the Eight of Cups, they represents the water signs of the zodiac. And with the Eight, it's really about wanting to move away and not being emotionally fulfilled in your current situation, and wanting to find emotional fulfillment. Because if you think about the minor arcana, and as you travel through the minor arcana from going from the 2 to the 3 to the 4, if you're in the stage of the 8, what you're walking towards, or what this woman is walking towards, is to the 9 of Cups. So that's emotional fulfillment, continual walking. The 10 of Cups, that's a completion of, family and, the happily ever after card. So there is this need to keep moving forward, to find your own emotional fulfillment in life. And universe is definitely encouraging you to do that. And right from the get-go, right from the beginning of February, universe is sort of, because for me with this world card, just come back to this world card, it's normally the person is stepping over, but I actually don't really feel that this person is stepping over. I feel this person is calling you. It's like they are calling you to step into, to be with her. Do you want me to, rather than her stepping over here? So there's definitely this calling of moving forward and stepping into a whole new world for you. And that's supported by the 7 of Swords. And I have to say, the message coming through with the 7 of Swords is actually to release yourself from internal conflict and any self-doubt, and make a clear decision to move forward. Because with the 7 of Swords, it can be a bit of a sneaky card, a sort of like a thief, like, this person is taking these swords away, leaving 2 behind, and, they may not belong to him. So I really, what the message is coming through is the 5 here in his hands. The 5 of Swords is about conflict. So it's about removing conflict from your decision making or from your life. And the 2 of Swords, when it's just the 2 of Swords, that's about indecision, and the 2 of Swords are crossed over each other. But in this card, the 2 here, the 2 swords here, are actually upright. And I feel that it's encouraging you not to get confused with the decision about moving forward, and make a clear decision to move forward, which is a beautiful energy to be supporting you. And I have to say, the card that came in, I can't believe this card came in. So when I do the reading, I look at the cards, I get the messages, and then I ask for a final message of confirmation, clarification, and a final message for you guys to have. And it really was quite a powerful card. So the card that came in was this beautiful card here, and I'm just going to try to show it to you without getting a reflection. And it's the card number 3, and it's Between Worlds. And it's I'm going to have to read you the description, and this is by Colette Baron-Reid, these cards, because the description basically is telling the whole story here. It's so clear. So I'm just going to read that to you, and hopefully this resonates with you. And if it does resonate with you, please press like, please subscribe. And I'll begin. So the Oracle message. Between the worlds is where you must let go of the tendency to make assumptions. This is a time when you are unable to see what is ahead. Cultivate curiosity and trust the process of change and growth. You are done learning the lessons of recent experiences. In this place, between what was and what will be, is a state of making and unmaking and making again. What is essential now is to admit not knowing. There is great freedom and power to be unleashed. A mystery that is not yours to understand weaves the web of life within the divine matrix of consciousness greater than your own thoughts, feelings, beliefs, desires, and decisions. The seeds that are planted in the past begin to take root, but what surfaces will probably not be what you expect. When you are between the worlds, you are invited to see with the curious eyes of a child glimpsing at a rainbow for the first time. Do so and you will not be disappointed. Isn't that beautiful? So I really feel that that message really is, you know, this world card is really encouraging you to step through and walk through to another world. And as I said before, you have done the work. You don't get to this cusp of the world without going through the major arcana journey. So beautiful reading. I hope you resonate with it. And just to let you know, I will be uploading another video in about a week or so, and it's going to be focusing on love, money and career, and that's be for February. And I'll see you then, and take care. Lots of love.